Okay, the hour of 6 o'clock having arrived, we'll call the regular meeting of the Sherman Village Board to order. Mr. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Gray?
Yes.
Trustee Hahn?
He has an excused absence this evening.
Trustee Long?
Yes.
Trustee Rockford?
Yes.
Trustee Schultz?
Excused absence?
Trustee Tim?
Yes.
Village President Clapfelter?
Yes, that's 5 members of the village board answering the roll. A quorum being established, we're going to proceed with the order of business as set forth on the agenda. For the record, today is Tuesday, September 21st of 2021. We're actually relocated at the United Community Bank Community Center, 120 Illini Boulevard in Sherman, Illinois. The time is 6 p.m. This is a regular meeting of the Sherman Village Board of Trustees. Moving along in the opening on the agenda, after the roll call brings us to the Pledge of Allegiance. I'd like to ask everybody to stand and face the flag. Let's have, how about Deputy Chief Entrainer, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance on your cue, sir?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, sir. Remember the opening. Okay, item number 3 is to set the agenda. So the agenda has been posted 48 hours in advance of the meeting in accordance with the Open Meetings Act. There can be no action items added to the agenda unless they are of an emergency purpose only, of which we do not have any emergency action items this evening. So that being said, are there any trustees seeking recognition for discussion purposes only that I would add to the agenda at this time? Seeing none, the chair would entertain a motion to set the agenda. A motion has been made by Trustee Gray and seconded by Trustee Long. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the ayes have it. The agenda is set. We'll move to the clerk's report, and that's the presentation of September 7th, 2021 board meeting minutes. Clerk Bull has presented those minutes. They've been sent out to the board members prior to this meeting for their review. Do you have any additions or corrections to the minutes as presented by the clerk? Okay, seeing none, the chair would entertain a motion to approve the September 7th, 2021 minutes. Is there a motion to that effect? Motion has been made by Trustee Gray, seconded by Trustee Tim. Mr. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Gray?
Yes.
Trustee Long?
Yes.
Trustee Rockford?
Yes.
Trustee Tim?
Yes.
That's 4 members voting yes, none voting no. The minutes are adopted as presented. Next item is item number 2. That's the approval of the executive session minutes of September 7th of 2021. These are closed session minutes. They will stay in closed session. We just need to adopt them. If you have any additions or corrections, do not stipulate them out loud, but you'll need to communicate them to me in some fashion or another. So does anybody have any corrections to those executive session minutes? Okay, seeing none, we need to approve these executive session minutes of September 7th, 2021. Now, is there a motion to that effect? Trustee Long makes a motion, seconded by Trustee Gray. Mr. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Gray?
Yes.
Trustee Long?
Yes.
Trustee Rockford?
Yes.
Trustee Tim?
Yes.
With 4 members voting yes and none voting no, the minutes are adopted as presented. Those will stay in closed session, will not be added to the village website. Next item is the presentation of the bills for approval. Again, the administration has presented those bills, sent them out. Clerk Bowles sent those out, and the treasurer to the board. Is there any members wishing further clarification of the bills as presented? Okay, we need a motion to approve the payment of bills. Is there a motion to that effect? Trustee Rockford makes a motion, seconded by Trustee Gray. Mr. Clerk, would you call the roll?
Trustee Gray?
Yes.
Trustee Long?
Yes.
Trustee Rockford?
Yes.
Trustee Tim?
Yes.
Very good. 4 members voting yes, none voting no. Bills are approved for payment and be distributed as needed. Next item is the treasurer's report. Deputy Treasurer Penley and also Treasurer Stunkel have worked to compile these treasurer's reports. We did hold the June 30th treasurer's report just because one column did not get transferred and wasn't showing the was not showing year-to-date the year-to-date column at the last meeting, if you recall. So that treasurer's report is presented along with the July 31st, 2021 treasurer's report. We'll take them individually at this time. the June 30th, 2021 treasurer's report. Any trustees have any questions, clarification, anything that you would like further background on? Okay, so we need to adopt the June 30th, 2021 treasurer's report. Is there a motion to that effect? Trustee Rockford makes a motion, seconded by trustee Gray. Mr. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Gray?
Yes.
Trustee Long?
Yes.
Trustee Rockford?
Yes.
Trustee Tim?
Yes.
Okay, that is 4 members voting yes and none voting no. Treasurer's report is adopted and will be added to the village website for public dissemination. July 31st, 2021 treasurer's report. Again, same question, any clarification, any questions? Anybody see anything that maybe a scrivener's error or something along those lines? So we need a motion to adopt the July 31st, 2021 treasurer's report. Is there a motion to that effect? Trustee Long makes a motion, seconded by trustee Tim. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Gray?
Yes.
Trustee Long?
Yes.
Trustee Rockford?
Yes.
Trustee Tim?
Yes. 4 members voting yes, none voting no. The treasurer's report of July 31st is adopted, will be added to the village website for public dissemination. Village engineer, Engineer Kuhn is here this evening. Do you have anything to report under engineering?
That's stuff later on under your report.
Okay. Legal report, counselor,
Nothing to report.
village administrator,
No, nothing at this time.
economic development coordinator,
You can go through the whole time. This might take a while.
acting clerk,
Yes, sir.
party
Management
manager.
person. Yeah. Community manager.
All right, let's move on. President's report. The item number 1 is a resolution. I'm going to read it into the record. It's a jurisdictional land transfer from IDOT, Illinois Department of Transportation, to the Village of Sherman. This will be resolution 21-05. Engineer?
This is down Old Tipton Road, so when IDOT, before Business 55 was here, that's where the road went, IDOT owned it, they built Business 55, and there are 10 small little pieces that aren't really, they're off the edge of the road, they're kind of by the culverts and all of, they're random spots, and we maintain them, and they own them, and we're talking, this all came up because we want to put the trail from Old Tipton to the park, and there's a couple of them right there, and I was like, why do we have to get their permission? So we just started the ball, and they were like, why don't we just JT, jurisdictional transfer all those properties over? So that's what it is. Just cleaning up something from, I don't know how long this business, 55, 30 years? And something from a long time ago.
Make sense? Anybody? For clarification? None? Okay, so we need to adopt the resolution. A resolution confirming acceptance of property transfer from the state of Illinois. Is there a motion to that effect? Motion's been made by trustee Rockford, seconded by trustee Long. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Gray?
Yes.
Trustee Long?
Yes.
Trustee Rockford?
Yes.
Trustee Tim?
Yes.
With 4 members voting yes, it's just a resolution as well, but that's a majority vote. Allows the village president to vote on the prevailing side. I'm going to actually ask to be recorded as a yes as well, just to show support for this trail down Old Tipton School Road. So that'd be 5 members voting yes, none voting no. The resolution is adopted unanimously. Next item is item number 2, and that's an ordinance. Approval of Old Tipton Estates, 4th edition, final plat. Ordinance 21-16, I'll read it into the record. It's an ordinance approving the plat of Old Tipton Estates, 4th edition. Again, 2021-16 is the ordinance number. Engineer Kuhn?
This is the next procedural step. They came in with a preliminary plan. I don't know if you've been over in that neighborhood, but they're almost done with construction. So now they want their final plat approved. We won't actually let them record it until they finish construction or they post a bond for it. But this is just the next step.
Any questions? We do have the chairman of the zoning committee here, so it's going to do zoning, right? Or planning? No.
That was a plat.
Long time ago. We don't need anything regarding that, but the ordinance has been read into the record, sits on the table. Is there a motion to adopt that ordinance? Motion's been made by trustee Gray, seconded by trustee Rockford. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Gray?
Yes.
Trustee Long?
Yes.
Trustee Rockford?
Yes.
Trustee Tim?
Yes.
Okay, that's 4 members voting yes, none voting no. The ordinance is adopted. I am gonna skip around just a little bit this evening. The reason I'm doing this, typically we would swear in the police officers and hold the ceremony at the beginning of the meeting. It's a lighter agenda, and we do have light refreshments, so I wanna, instead of us all breaking like we usually do at the beginning of the meeting and the board coming back after everybody leaves, and that kind of lull and downtime, and it kind of shortens the night for all of us. So the reason I'm swapping and switching this around is we'll get the normal business of the meeting done, and we can hang out as long as we'd like, instead of rushing everybody out of here to conclude the regular business of the village board. So we're gonna hold on item number 3 under the president's report. We're gonna move to committee and department reports, of which there are no committee and department reports. Any trustees, anything you've thought of since we've been moving along? Any questions regarding operations of the village? Trustee Rockford?
Or just the trail.
Uh-huh.
So it's like blacktop.
Huh?
It's fun.
Yes, very good. So trustee Rockford just made reference to the Sherman to Williamsville to Sherman bike trail. It's been a long time in the making, very, very long time in the making, but it's finally come to fruition. It is not officially open right now. We had a meeting last week with the Village of Williamsville Fire Department, Williamsville Police Department, Sherman Fire Department, Sherman Police Department, both village administrations, Mayor of Williamsville and his staff, our staff. Anybody else? You lay it out? Okay. So the trail is not officially open. We posted those, what's that? The engineering firm? Engineering firm was there. Kuhn and Trello Engineers have been the engineering firm that is overseeing this project. That being said, the trail is officially still closed, still under construction. We're looking at doing a soft opening in November. It'll be open, but it's not, we're gonna have a much bigger, well-planned event with better, warmer weather in the spring. And we were exploring various different options on who would be invited, maybe bringing in the elementaries, the school system and various other entities, but having something very special to officially open it and a ribbon cutting next spring, but doing a soft opening as well this November, because people have already started to use it. So we've had to put some notices out there regarding it is still officially under construction. The contractor is asking that we make sure that people stay off of it, and then some other planning was discussed at that meeting regarding what emergency vehicles can go on it, when they should go on it, and things along those lines. Snow plowing, various maintenance, things along those lines. So anyway, that's a very exciting project that's going to be very happening for this area in the very near future. Sherman Police Department, Chief Banger, anything just regarding the police department to report?
Yeah, we have a lot of events scheduled for tonight, but we did pick up the new squad car, and it's got new graphics on it out front. It's just got a couple little things we gotta finish up before it goes into service next week-ish.
Excellent. I saw it sitting out there. It looks really good. Very good. Who gets to drive that? Moses, I don't think so.
Already did.
Kitty, fully trusted. Sherman Emergency Management Agency, Director Mike Moses. Huh?
Nothing to report.
Nothing to report. Sherman Public Works Director Sean Newton, he is not in attendance, and he's got the night off anyway. But new business, coming to new business. There's no new business coming before the board. There is no old business. We have no civic organization seeking recognition. That's going to bring us to the public comment period. Before I read into the record the individuals that have signed in to speak under public comment, let me just state there will be no executive session this evening. So, do we have anybody who signed in? Okay, Mrs. Sandra Walden has signed in to speak. You know, the board policy, 3 minutes to address the board. I will set the timer here in just 1 minute, 1 second here. Okay, 3 minutes. The floor is yours, ma'am.
I'm here to address you again about the breeder next door to us in the residential neighborhood. of Lindale subdivision. She is still licensed to breed. Her license is good until June 30th of 2022 with the Department of Ag. The letter that you guys sent, the village sent from your attorney, Don Cravens, in June of 2020 to her, threatening to file a lawsuit, was never followed up on. The zoning ordinance says that you have to have a conditional permit and that you can only raise dogs or kennel dogs in a business 1 or business 2. And she's in a residential neighborhood and doing it, and she's still raising labs. I saw litter pups the other day. She's still not cleaning up after them. I think it's atrocious that she's allowed to do that. You guys went after Mr. Carter for grazing cattle on his property because it was zoned residential back in 2017 and 2018, even though the land's in a floodplain, and there's never gonna be any property built on it, but technically, because it's still zoned residential, you went after him for grazing his cattle. But you let this going on in my neighborhood, in a residential neighborhood, every day, for years it's been going on, and you've let it happen. You've not done a thing about it. You have not enforced your own ordinances. So, I am here voicing my concern again about it.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Walden. Okay, so that concludes the public comment period. There's no other individuals who have signed in to speak. We're gonna move back up to the president's report. And item number 3, we read it into the record, and that's the swearing in ceremony for police officers. We'll be swearing in Officers Burnley, Officer Brent, and Officer Thomas, and then we have a couple of we have 3 accommodations actually to award. It's not a surprise, right? Okay. Ruining the big surprise. So we have accommodations to present to Deputy Chief Entringer and Officers Howard and Officer Villar. With that being said, Chief and I are going to swear in the newer officers, because they've already been on the street for a while, right?
So, just for everybody's consumption on that, Officer Thomas is our newest hire, and he's in field training currently. Officers Burnley and Brent both have been on staff here for a period of time in the past year when we hired them, but we ran into COVID issues and over the winter months and while they were in field training and such, so we kind of pushed off this sworn ceremony for them, but we're all one big happy family tonight, so you have your cheat sheet.
I have yours now.
And I'll have you guys step on up here. I'll line up over here.
Do we want to do them all 3 together? You want to do that? Let's, yeah. Ready? All right, so we're going to raise our right hand. We're going to repeat after me. I. State your name. Having been appointed to the office of police officer in the Village of Sherman, in the County of Sangamon, Illinois, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of police officer to the best of my ability. Thank you very much. You guys are officially sworn in.